Okay. How often do you use paper?
Every single day.
And what do you use paper for?
I use it for communicating with people. I use it for photocopying records so that people's files are updated with information and qualifications and training that they've had at work. That would be the major thing I use it for.
Okay. So why don't you explain a bit about what you do then, just so it's more clear why you use paper in that way.
I work at BC Ferries and I work in the operational training department. So when people have been to training and they've got certificates to say that they've passed a class or passed some training or earned some kind of Transport Canada certificate, we have to keep copies of them on the file so we know they're qualified to work on the vessels or on the terminal.
Okay. Do you think that you waste a lot of paper?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, I waste more than makes me comfortable, yes.
Okay, how so?
Well, for example, yesterday, all of our computers at work were acting real funny. So I had to send I had to print 20 sheets of paper, 20 copies of one thing, which I did, which was great. But then after that, every time I sent something to the printer, even though I only wanted one copy, it printed 20 of everything for the next 6 things that I sent to the printer. So 6 times 19 pieces of paper were wasted and had to go and recycle.
Okay. So how many ways can you think of that paper is used, just in general?
How many different ways? Well, I guess if you count communicating with people as one way, because that could be for writing or sending faxes or copying information, but you could break it down and make that like all kinds of different numbers. So hundreds of ways.
And how many of those ways do you think are relevant to you?
A lot of them. Mostly information transfer in one form or another.
Okay. Last question. So do you think that with the knowledge of today's technologies, like the way that things are advancing, that the world could ever exist without paper?
That's an interesting question. A company that I worked for 25 years ago said that we would be living and working in a paperless society in about 10 years. Well, if anything, I think we use more paper than we did 10 years ago. So I think it would be nice to think that we could live in a paperless society, but I really don't think it's possible, unfortunately.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.